welcome to Scroll vs. Screen. This is Ty. With me is Steve. We're going to be talking about a couple trailers, stuff that came out at Comic-Con and the such. We're going to be talking about Teen Titans first and going after the new Godzilla trailer. Giant monsters fighting, always a good time. So anyways, we just watched the Teen Titans trailer. Also on top of that, we pulled up the Teen Titans Go after credits scene concerning the Teen Titans TV show having a comeback.
A teaser of some sort.
A teaser. It's very brief. It's like a minute long most.
I want to say that it was kind of to be like, hey, if we brought this back, would you come back and watch our shit?
Yeah. So, initial reactions though for the Teen Titans live action trailer. What did you think? See, I've seen it already once before this. Okay. I've been thinking about it for weeks now.
So I know you've been a huge Teen Titans fan from like the very beginning, and I like
not comics, just
the show. The show.
Yeah, I didn't get into comics until recently. Yeah, I got a very small collection down here.
I never got to really enjoy Teen Titans. I think I'll probably just find a way to watch it at some point.
Pick it up at some point. Young Justice is fantastic.
I've heard good things about Young Justice.
It concerns a lot of the same characters, just set in a slightly different setting.
Okay, well, either way, I never really got into Teen Titans as big as you have. So, going into this trailer for a live action, I was kind of like, okay, well, I'm open-minded, but I do know that the original, the Teen Titans show, the characters were amazing. The plot points were awesome. As far as I know,
as far as a kids' TV show goes, it was very well done.
As far as I know,
much so to the point that I'm very interested in still watching it.
Oh yeah,
as an adult, much like things like Avatar: The Last Airbender were
fantastic.
Good for kids, great for adults as well.
Yeah. So when I first, so you want me to give.
Yeah, kind of give your initial opinion, because you're the one going fresh into this.
So, watching it, I'm not really sure what to think about it, to be honest with you. I know most of the characters...
Much the same initial reaction as me.
I'm kind of like, they better do some really good acting, or some crazy, awesome effects and, cinematography, because, honestly... I didn't like the trailer. I'll be honest.
That was my initial reaction.
Couple of key points. I'd probably say Raven looks
fresh out of Hot Topic.
Yeah, like like a Hot Topic poster child.
Yeah, I don't know. I get where they're coming from. They're trying to do like the origin of the Teen Titans even getting together, which I feel is a bad move. I'd much rather see just. They're kind of together already. Give Raven her classic hood. Keep it up there. She knows about herself. Even that one was the most recent animated movies that they came out with, which was Justice League or Teen Titans versus the Justice League and Judas Contract, were two movies that dealt in the same universe. It was the same group of people, same art style. So It was directly one after another. The first one was about her dealing with the backlash of her
as
father.
in Raven?
Yeah, Raven. Okay. Dealing with her father coming after her, which, for anyone who doesn't know, her father's this evil demon dude called Trigon. He's done in a lot of the TV shows. There's multiple story arcs dealing with him in the original Teen Titans TV show. A lot of the movies have dealt with him. It's her main plot point, as in Raven, is Trigon. That's always been kind of her crutch, is dealing with the fact that she is basically demon spawn at this point. Half human, half demon, somewhere in between this realm of shadow.
So Robin didn't. He actually didn't out of the three that.
Four.
Four out of the five.
Mm-hmm.
4 out of the 5 that we saw. Robin didn't actually look too. I think he had the right kind of hairstyle.
Visually, he was good.
Yeah.
I loved his aggressiveness. He was always kind of that lone gun, willing to not follow Batman's creed of I don't kill anyone. My only qualm with him in the trailer so far has been the line "fuck Batman."
Yeah,
it's out of character.
I didn't understand
forced.
that.
I feel like they're trying to make it a mature movie, and the only way they can think of doing that is throwing the F word in there a couple extra times. And it doesn't fit them. it doesn't fit him, in my opinion. It's just kind of...
Like, he's not goody two-shoes, but he wasn't like, hey, let's totally go out of character. Like that sort of thing.
He was...
Okay.
It seemed weird to hear him say, fuck Batman.
And then the girl that I have to assume is Starfire.
This is one that initially I kind of was negative about it, but I've turned around a little bit on this, so go ahead.
Okay, well, I really don't have a problem with a different...
style?
What?
Like, just the style of character design there.
Yeah, like, I don't have a problem with it being an like an out of left field kind of actress for this particular role. Like that doesn't matter for me. So I want to see how she plays it.
Okay.
Like, as long as she stays, like,
True
keep in mind, it's like I've only seen a couple of episodes of her character, but she was very, very formal, very kind of learning of the ways.
Well, she's an alien that's learning the world,
right?
So,
but as long as she stays true to the character, in that sense, I could give fuck all. I mean, she might be amazing. I have no idea. And then there was like one or two quick clips of Beast Boy, and it was interesting.
Back to Starfire, though. What threw me initially is I was such a big fan of the shows. It was the hairstyle.
Yes.
But I'm going to show you something. This is her comic style. They're going back to the roots.
Oh, okay. Do you want to show that on...
So, if you look up Starfire just comics, she has a very much so wild, untamed hairstyle instead of this straight down...
See, I didn't know
perfectly managed. So, initially, I was a little off with it, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute, she did have a different design in the comics. She had a very different style.
So maybe we just look like
assholes. Maybe that's what they're shooting for.
Is origin.
I'm hoping they get, the skin color right. She is an alien. She doesn't look human in that sense. She's very distinguishable. Very similar to the way they did Beast Boy in this new trailer. He's very obviously green.
Right.
They're not hiding him behind, he can transform and they got rid of the green or anything like that. So I'm hoping
he's a walking green
screen. That. Yeah. I'm hoping they work that out very well. So you've got Beast Boy, which the only thing I'm unhappy about is his lack of showing any powers.
He glowed.
He glowed a little bit, but he didn't transform. I would have loved to see one shot of him leaping off the building. He's kind of leaping. You can see him doing the monkey type thing.
Or like a hawk.
Or, taking off into the air or taking a cat's leap or something like that. I would have loved to see just a shot of his face slowly, just the shape of his face slightly changing. Not doing a full transformation. Just give me that hint that you're going to be showing me a lot of transformation.
Kind of like the covers of Animorphs. Kind of like just getting there.
Yeah.
There's some old school
I would have loved to see a little bit of that with Beast Boy. I didn't see any of it.
Speaking of not seeing anything, Cyborg. That was his name, right?
It is Cyborg.
Where the fuck is he? Like he was paramount to that team, wasn't he?
In the Teen Titans TV show, he was made a little younger and thrown into the Teen Titans. In most of the actual Justice League, he's significantly older. He is almost a mentor to them.
Oh, so really?
He's actually with the JLA, the Justice League
of America.
Yeah. So he's with the JLA on the Watchtower in space most of the time. He's a high-end individual. If you watched the Justice League movie that came out, he was one of the prime Justice League members, one of the founder style.
I never watched the movie, but I did.
But he was in that. So they might be going, if they're trying to turn this into kind of a similar to the MCU, where they're doing where they all kind of link together, that would explain it. He's already going to be part of the Justice League. He's already established in this DC universe as the Justice League, which makes sense.
Okay.
Those two animated movies I talked about, he was in neither of those as Teen Titans members. He was on that Justice League versus Teen Titans one. He was part of the Justice League, and they had to kind of break him out of Trigon's influence and use him to help fight against him. But he was not a Teen Titan.
Okay, now I have a question for you. In the trailer, there was an individual, I have to assume it was a girl, it looked like a girl, who had like a weird feather type thing. Did you see that?
I must have missed that.
Yeah, she, the individual looked like she had like some sort of feathers or some sort of like metallic wings or something.
I'm not sure which hero or
either that or I am clearly seeing things. So
you could be seeing tail feathers incorrectly. Let me pull it up again here real quick. But yeah, as far as the library history, yada yada yada, bathroom break time. Woohoo! So, but anyway, so yeah, as far as the characters go, I'm enjoying Robin's aggressiveness, his willingness to quite clearly just maim people. Don't like his cursing. As far as Raven goes, I do not like her look right off the bat.
Yeah, she looks too young.
Even the too young thing doesn't bother me, but Raven was always kind of a lot. She's out there. She's strange. She's different.
But she was her own.
This one feels like. Do you remember where in the trailer this feathered person was? Pretty early in.
No,
Here, watch for a second. Let me know when you find it. But she was, secluded. She wouldn't normally go to anyone else for help, but she'd be willing to be part of the team and do the training, and that's where others would kind of associate with her. So it feels weird that she's hunting down Robin to help her. And I'm not sure I approve.
That was it, right there. There.
Oh, I am not sure who that's supposed to be. Yeah, someone with white wings. Might have to look up some info about that. But yeah, I don't see. It almost feels like they're forcing this team together. They're trying to do an origin story of how the team formed instead of just saying, "Hey, you know what? Let the team already be formed. Let's jump into it.
Give it
if
like
we
another
need to do
5
backstories. Do it some other time."
Right, maybe have them established within a 5-year time, 5 years from their initial thing, and they've already kicked some ass, they've already taken down some baddies.
And the Teen Titans was supposed to be basically a training program for some of these apprentices.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of like, we're giving you guys a little more freedom. You're not necessarily running one-on-one with the heroes right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're letting you guys form your own team, but you still have basically a den mother that's always there to help you train. So in the Judas Contract and Justice League versus Teen Titans, Nighthawk and Starfire are dating fairly significantly.
Okay.
And they're basically... Starfire's the den mother. She's already graduated out of the Teen Titans.
Okay.
So she's back there, just kind of coaching them and helping them out all the time. And that's how Young Justice is as a show as well. Young Justice is another basically pseudo Teen Titans TV show that came out for only 2 seasons. And it was always, there was some den mother there, whether it was Black Canary or Red Tornado was there for quite a bit.
Black Canary, is that the same Black Canary that's from Arrow?
I haven't watched all of Arrow yet. I believe so. She does the canary scream and basically blows up people's eardrums and can shatter glass.
She uses a thing to do it, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, she's a vocal.
Arrow's DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arrow,
okay, so
that's
yeah.
Green Arrow. His sidekick would be Speedy, who I haven't seen any of these shows really involve him much.
Well,
Young Justice had Speedy.
Is Speedy a speedster?
No, he's an archer. I know, it's kind of confusing.
I never got that far in Archer. Arrow.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think they're going to have him in Arrow.
Well, they have the Flash come in, but when you said
Okay.
Speedy, so... But like I said... But anyway, so yeah, it's just so... kind of mixed feelings for this trailer. I'm curious to see how well it's going to do. I know there's been a lot of hate around it. Because especially when you go from an animated show to a live action movie, it could have some...
You've got a lot of expectations you got to be able to hold up there.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm not seeing DC pulling this off. I mean, they haven't hit my expectations in a long time.
Wonder Woman was the only one.
But even so, the rewatchability of that one, I watched it twice and I felt quite content. I didn't feel like watching it a third time. It was okay. The villain was just okay. Wonder Woman herself was fantastic in that. So, as far as developing a really great character that I was compelled to root for, fantastic for Wonder Woman. Creating a interesting plot line and just something I was really excited to watch,
not so much.
A little less.
That's why I have my hopes up for Aquaman, because
I'm hoping.
I'm hoping it's really good because I didn't watch Justice League.
I did just recently. I happened to get a digital copy of it from.
Quick review: good, bad, worth watching one time.
Maybe once if you're on a really boring day.
Really, that bad?
I wasn't feeling the weight of the situation. You know, there's the bad guy. It's I don't even remember who the bad guy is. It's Steppenwolf is his name. He's a prelude to not Doomsday. It's one of the other big bads. He's basically just the henchman, the lieutenant of that.
Oh, okay.
And there wasn't enough downtime in between the stuff happening for me to feel the weight of how
there wasn't enough time to appreciate the gravity of the situation.
Yeah,
it just kept going, go. Like
mm-hmm.
it was a movie pushed.
And they're trying to do this humor that Marvel has rolling forward. Marvel's doing a very good job of mixing the humor and those little jokes. And there's a scene where, you know, Flash is pushing. They're trying to get civilians away from this thing that's going on.
Okay.
And there's a family that's all loaded up in this truck, and they can't get their truck to start, and so he just pushes it. And while he's doing it, he sees like Superman holding an entire building to get people out, and it's just like these little moments where he's like, "Show off," and it's like,
okay,
you guys aren't doing it right. It's not the right moment. It's not feeling right. I'm not laughing at these jokes at all. And there was a lot that bothered me with Justice League, if we're talking about DC in general. The animated shows, I will say DC is winning. In the animated shows and movies, DC
I don't really know a lot of other Marvel TV shows that are out right now that
TV shows, not so much movies.
But yeah, but that's animated. where they're cornering that market.
Animated movies. Marvel has quite a few.
Oh,
there's Doctor Strange ones. There's
right. Planet Hulk. I knew that, but not shows. Okay. But not. I don't really know of any shows.
You have Luke Cage and the Defenders.
Animated shows.
Oh, animated exclusively. Yeah, I don't know any that are going on right now.
Because Teen Titans was originally just an animated TV show, right? It wasn't a live action anywhere else.
Correct.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Because I mean, like Luke Cage, I heard is doing really well.
I liked the first season. And I haven't gotten any further though.
Yeah, I haven't. watched
Jay Jones, I've heard is good.
The first season's pretty good. I can't tell you who the villain is because it's
that's
awesome.
Fine. But anyways, back to the point here.
Yeah, Teen Titans.
With Teen Titans, they're trying to develop this big world, and I'm hoping they do a good job of intermixing everybody into it. My only problem is they've made it quite clear that they're keeping the TV and the movies separated.
So it's going to be like...
They've done all this work to build up Arrow and The Flash and all these TV shows around the characters of DC, and they've axed them out of the movies. They've replaced them with other people for the movies, and it makes no sense to me.
So you're telling me that they're basically going, we're going to be just kind of like Marvel, but DC, but then we're going to totally screw it up and not do anything we said we were going to do? Or at least the illusion of what we were trying to do?
They need to go back to the most recent Batman that had Joker in it with Heath Ledger. It was dark. There was no humor there besides just that crazy humor that is the Joker. They need to go back to this. DC is dark and gritty. Stop trying to throw the humor in it. It's clearly not working. I mean, Justice League was, in all intents and purposes, a flop in the box office.
Yeah.
Whereas
Batman versus Superman, I heard, was no better.
I didn't like it either.
I didn't see that one either. So
literally the whole. Are you okay with a little spoiler here?
Spoilers, kids.
The whole turning point in Batman versus Superman was Batman's about to kill Soups, and Superman.
Soups?
Yeah, Soups is just he's getting wrecked.
Soups.
Batman's got basically the kryptonite spear. He set up this huge elaborate ambush for Superman to finally kill him. And he's got the spear about to plunge it into Superman's chest, and Superman's basically just begging him to save his Earth mom, the people that raised him, because Superman crashes to Earth as a child, yada yada yada. He goes, "Oh, save Martha," and Batman's like, "Martha, my mom's name is Martha."
Are you serious?
And that's like the whole turning point. And also he's like, "Yes, I'll help you. I'll save the world."
Who's the bad guy in that movie?
That, I believe, was Doomsday? It's Lex Luthor is trying to steal Kryptonian tech, and it's he creates.
So he creates a bad guy, but Lex Luthor is not the main bad guy.
They're not literally fighting him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
I would like by Jesse Eisenberg, which is the worst choice for a Lex Luthor I could ever.
You know what? Do you remember Smallville? I liked Smallville.
I liked it as well.
Smallville was pretty good, I have to say, as far as Superman stuff goes. I liked Smallville. I didn't love it, but I liked it. It was a pretty decent show. Very, very 90s. Very 90s. So, okay, so what are you looking up?
I'm trying to figure out what creature that is supposed to be that they're fighting. I don't see the name of it. But yeah, he basically unleashing a genetically engineered monster with DNA from both Zod, so General Zod from the newer Superman movie, the other Kryptonian.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and his own blood. So Zod's blood and Luthor's blood, and
so like a Superman human.
Yeah, it's like some. I want to say it was
combo.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Let's
just try bad guy from Batman vs Superman. But yeah, anyways, it's Doomsday is who it is. That's
okay, wow.
All
right, but back to Teen Titans.
Yeah, we're divulging. So I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna use as the villain because they're making this revolve a lot around Raven trying to figure herself out.
It's what the trailer really seemed like. It was maybe Raven will be like the villain, and they have to figure out how to calm her the fuck down.
Yeah, that or it's gonna be another Trigon right off the bat. It's gonna be another
just like
Trigon
headlong
movie.
right into
her main plot is. My dad's the demon Trigon, and he's trying to take over the world.
I think I just figured it out. Ready? Okay, here's my theory. So, my theory is it's about Raven. It's about her going batshit crazy, and somebody wants to take advantage of Raven and make her into, like, a weapon, and they know about the shit that's going on. Maybe they know that it's Trigon? Trigon. Maybe they know that it's Trigon inside her messing with her head, and they want to use her as kind of like a point weapon. Like, go here,
possible.
Go here.
Could be Trigon has that ability once he kind of starts breaking free of sending his minions to Earth. So it could be those minions taking over people and doing exactly that.
That's my theory.
It could be any number of things. I'm not sure who they're going to use as the villain. Either way, I'm going to be staying very middle of the road on this. I'm not overly excited to see this movie yet. I need to see some redeeming trailers in the near future.
When does this movie come out, by the way?
I have no clue.
Let's find out. But
Back to the Google.
I think I'm going to watch the entirety of Teen Titans. How many seasons was that, by the way? 3?
No clue.
Enough seasons to let Ty love the show. So I'm gonna probably watch the show. And then we'll go and see the movie, obviously. Expect a video from that, by the way.
Fall of 2018 is all we got right now.
Okay, so
that far
in
away.
the next like 5 months.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'm surprised they don't have an actual date for it if it's that close.
No kidding.
So anyways.
Well, yeah, expect a video from us
very
concerning
enthusiastic for this one right now.
I'm optimistic if they pull it off, and if I come away from the movie liking it because it was a good movie, cool. But I would like to come away from the movie liking it because they did Teen Titans correctly. Because in the time from now until the movie comes out, I'm going to basically binge watch this show so I have an understanding of what I'm getting into.
There you go.
At least the baseline, because like you said, they're going for much more super origins, i.e. Starfire, her
First
hair,
coming to Earth. You're talking
Raven,
about comic.
Raven
references.
coming in with absolutely no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So expect a video from that for sure.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely go see it. We'll do our review afterwards as well of Scroll versus Screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is just a trailer episode.
But expect riveting review of it.
Riveting.
Riveting.
All right,
guys.
and we're back.
So next part of this episode is going to be talking about Godzilla, King of Monsters. I'm excited.
Okay, that trailer. Okay,
I'm
compared to the last trailer we watched, that was awesome. That was fucking great.
Oh, by the way, all these trailers that we're talking about, we will be putting in the description so you can check out. So make sure to do that.
Links to the YouTube videos associated with it. So both the Teen Titans, or just the Titans live action Teen Titans movie.
DC Titans.
I'll find someone who has a link to that end credit scene for the Teen Titans Go movie that had the Teen Titans original TV show and the Godzilla trailer. But anyways, yeah, this Godzilla trailer. Wow.
I'm excited.
Fantastically
the
done.
music and the visuals were just amazing. Just
Yeah,
for the trailer.
Yeah, the ambiance of this one felt
The trailer.
fitting. It was very fitting. I'll say that way. Yeah, I mean, you could throw epic music on anything, but if it doesn't fit the scenes that are going with it,
it sucks.
It doesn't pan out right. And this had that expertly done. What was that? The piano, just kind of that slow melody, and then it escalating as the monsters are revealed, and this is great. Let's talk real quick here. You haven't even seen the last Godzilla movie.
No, the last Godzilla movie. I'm trying to
remember who the villain was in that one. It was like these weird energy-sucking monsters. There was two of them. It was a pair.
Oh.
I believe it was a male and female pair trying to find each other to reproduce.
So was the last Godzilla movie, you saw it?
Oh, it was
fantastic.
Good? Yeah.
Worth watching? Worth buying?
Worth buying.
Worth buying.
I'm going to be getting it. Now that it's on my mind again, I'm gonna be buying it on Amazon after we end this video.
Oh, right on. Okay, so the last Godzilla movie that I watched was that atrocious 2000.
Where the baby Godzillas
were running
everywhere.
through New York City or something like that, or something like that, and it was bad.
Where the whole plot point was discovering that, oh my god, it can reproduce asexually. That was the entire culminating moment of, this is an evil thing we must destroy.
Yeah, something
so bad.
Something weird. Oops.
Jesus, man.
Gundam down.
Oh, you don't have to Gundam down?
I got to Gundam down.
No, don't do that.
It's okay, he was a bad guy anyway, so no one cares.
I care.
10 points. To Gryffindor. Anyway.
I care about the bad guys.
I'm excited
about this.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
They are getting back to the classic giant monster versus giant monster that Godzilla was supposed to be.
But it's not just that they're giant monsters; it's that they are colossal in this movie. It's much more of a defined scale. Like during the trailer, there was one of the monsters. Which one was the pterodactyl one? Was that Rodan?
Rodan? Yeah. Rodan?
Rodan?
Rodan. R-O-D-A-N.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we had Mothra and
Mothra looked cool as hell.
Mothra's always kind of cool.
But when Rodan, if we're wrong on this, I apologize. We're not up to date on Godzilla lore much.
Neither one of us are the traditional scroll for this episode. We're both on screen.
This is very screen
and modern screen at that. I haven't watched.
But when
that
that monster flew over this landscape and it just flying, it wasn't like I have intent to kill. It was just level. Like the entire landscape was just gone.
Oh yeah, you can see the power of just the force of that wind,
just
generating off these wings,
just flying. And then when
Mothra... Could you please go higher up so you're not doing this to us?
And then when Mothra was revealed, that first one...
Yeah, those wings expanding out, they're glowing, they have the energy behind them.
Beautiful.
It's fantastic.
Beautiful.
And early in the trailer, you see almost, in ice or something like that, the three-headed beast, and then they reveal it at the end. It looks... Ghidorah is gonna be... awesome. That is a fight that
I want to see.
Is just gonna be the whole ticket price is just for that fight. You would be willing to pay.
I would be okay with a 2-part movies.
When they're throwing 3 monsters at you, why the fuck not?
Oh, and by the way, last movie. Oh, this is Mechagodzilla, but something goes wrong.
Yeah, dude.
I
I'm hoping they eventually get to Mecha Godzilla because I would just love it.
Because I mean, we already.
I'm really curious though. Let's delve into this a little deeper. Is they're talking about this disease?
Yeah, some sort of an infection.
An infection and a flu to fight the infection. What do these monsters have to do with that? I'm really curious what they're gonna do there.
Maybe it's something that's like in their DNA.
Is it maybe that one of these monsters is waking up and it's what released this infection? It might be the sole think of like War of the Worlds where humans had an infection that the aliens couldn't handle. So they come here, they get infected with it.
What if
one of these...
pretty sure
No, I thought it was the common cold. It's just they hadn't exposed themselves to... It's an airborne pathogen.
Oh,
so it wasn't
I thought it was
oxygen.
I thought it was oxygen that they just couldn't figure out.
Yeah. I don't know if that was it for War of the Worlds or not.
When we talk about War of the Worlds, are we talking about the old school or are we talking about the one with Tom Cruise? Was it Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise one is the most recent one I've seen. It's been a long time since I've seen
an older
any of the
movie.
other ones. Speaking of which, I've got the War of the Worlds up there. With
And
the
the,
day and Earth stood still.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to go through all that stuff again. But I'm really curious if this is one of those things where the first monster kind of broke free, released some sort of airborne pathogen, and maybe it doesn't spread from human to human. It only spreads as long as this creature's alive. That's why these titans have to come out and kill these other creatures.
But I was under the impression that besides Godzilla, because Godzilla was supposed to be like the anti-hero, like their counter monster.
Well, they talk about that in the first movie. They talk about how there's these creatures that are trying to kill everyone. These two, they're kind of
energy
flying,
creatures.
Energy sucking creatures, because I think they're like absorbing radiation, like nuclear waste radiation. Is what they're doing, if I remember correctly. And they're talking about how in olden times a creature would come that's the great neutralizer, and that turned into Godzilla.
So
he's not hero, not evil. He makes sure things stays balanced.
So he's he's a balancer.
Yeah, he's the great equalizer.
The great. Okay, I
didn't
know that.
I think that might be what they're doing here. Is these giant monsters definitely overpower humans, so he has to come up, equalize shit again, and go back down. Which could be fucking cool.
Goddamn kids!
Yeah, giant monsters fighting, always a good time, you know?
I really want to watch all of the old Godzilla movies. I'm talking about like the ones where it's a dude in a suit playing around with miniature cities and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah, that'd be fucking fantastic. We need to do just a marathon day of that.
Yes.
Next time you have plants shut down.
Yeah.
Maybe we do just a day or two of just watching old school Godzilla movies. And if we're doing that, we need to do like old school samurai movie day.
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Animated and non-animated.
Yes.
You still need to watch Sword of the Stranger.
Yes, I do.
Back to it though.
Yes.
Godzilla.
I really want to see this movie. It looks, like, just the music alone was enough for me to get just super interested. The trailer was 100% amazing. I'm hooked. I'm ready to put down my money for this movie.
Yeah,
I already want to buy it, and haven't even seen it yet.
And they're going back to the classic monsters where they have like powers. You know, Godzilla has his laser or his breath attack.
Breath
basically.
weapon.
They already announced I was reading a little bit just there. Godzilla has his powers. You know, he has like an energy shield kind of thing that he can do. They all have powers instead of just giant monsters just the shit out of each other. You know, where it's just a lizard using what lizard has, but on a giant scale, like that 2000s movie where it's just literally it's an oversized lizard because radiation hit a clutch of eggs.
Yeah, and he was in that Godzilla was like really skinny too.
It was a Komodo dragon, I think is what it was, that got hit by radiation and grew larger than it was supposed to.
Something like that.
If I remember correctly, it was supposed to be a Komodo dragon, which all of a sudden it's on all four legs. It looks nothing like the classic Godzilla standing up on his hind legs, just
They used to be my favorite animal as a kid, actually.
Komodo dragon. Yeah,
I did so much research projects on that, but I digress.
Digress again. We always digress. It's what we do.
Digress.
I need just like a banner to pop up that just says digress.
With a rainbow? Digress! Kind of like the more you know thing.
Yeah. Or that thing that we did in the Borderlands pre-sequel.
What did it say?
Anytime you could get a perk where Handsome Jack would It'd be like handsome. It would pop up on the screen, and he would say random shit. It was great. It was
inspired.
That's what it was. Inspired. Handsome Jack would give you words of inspiration, and it was a totally wasted perk point because it gave you no other benefit
other than hilarity.
And of course, I had to use it the entire game.
Well, I
was always a skill point lower than everybody else.
But anyway,
yeah, so
I'm excited.
I think they're getting back to a good form of classic style here.
Movies are getting better. I have to say that the forerunner of that, I'd have to say that the things have been doing the most good in that respect, the Marvel movies.
Marvel movies are doing fantastic.
I have to say,
there's been some good book adaptations. I mean, we talked about Ready Player One.
Yes,
Fantastic
Ready Player
book
One was amazing. Please check out that video if you haven't yet, by the way.
The studios are listening to the audience on what they want in an adaptation and in a modern movie, and I think it's showing good promise for the future here, because so much of the movie industry was kind of stagnant and going downhill for a while with the rise of the whole video game industry, and we were getting better stories out of our video games, which the whole premise of the video game is to be gameplay, and we were getting the better cinematics out of that. We were having more compelling plot lines in a video game than a movie, and a movie is supposed to purely be plot lines. It's supposed to be a compelling plot, whereas a video game, they can lax on the plot and just give you awesome gameplay to make up for it, and somehow the game industry was doing better. So maybe they're finally learning their lesson and saying, hey, you know what, we need to give better movies out. I mean, there's been some bad adaptations, that the World of Warcraft movie was a flop.
I never saw it. I've never been a huge World of Warcraft fan, so
I was not impressed by any of the trailers or what I had heard about it to even go see it. And I still play World of Warcraft to this day. I'm actually going to be downloading the new expansion just came out.
Another one?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, that's the one I showed you the trailer for.
That's right. Yeah.
Which was cool, because I saw online that there's all the cutscenes for the whole Battle of Lordaeron, which is that battle scene from the trailer. That's Lordaeron.
Oh, gotcha.
So all the cutscenes, and it looked like in-game cinematics, and I was like, okay, it must have come out because people are releasing this already. But it must be out already.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they don't do the same, movies don't do the same thing. Like, hey, we haven't done this movie in X amount of years, so why don't we make a remake? In this case, Godzilla has so many movies that it's okay to do that.
Yeah,
it's like I'd probably say Godzilla is one of the very rare exceptions to the rule. Like, we can make another movie because there's already been 20 Godzilla movies that have been already made.
You got all the classic ones, plus the remakes, plus now this one's a direct sequel to the last one that came out.
I really need to see that movie if it was that good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I enjoyed watching giant monsters fight.
So excited.
Very much.
Gonna go see this movie. Expect a video from that.
Yes, fantastically put there.
Fade.
Okay.
And we're back. Shazam.
We just watched Shazam, the trailer, in our little break here, and that was fantastic. In the sense that I'm laughing, I'm really hyped to see this shit. I'm just chuckling, I'm smiling the whole trailer. It seems like they're staying true to it. You got Billy Batson, young kid that gets this power, trying to figure out what to do with it. And he's acting just like a young kid would with all these powers. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a superhero.
See,
yeah.
I don't know anything about Shazam, other than I knew that there was a superhero that was named Shazam, not to be confused
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
with Shaquille O'Neal's acting career.
Oh my god. I knew you were going to do that. Why did I know you were going to do that?
Although, speaking of Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Fu is a game.
Oh my god.
It's real.
It's so funny.
It's real.
Yeah, I know. It's
anyway.
Real. Anyways, Shazam.
So I know nothing about Shazam. So why don't you give me a quick rundown of what we're dealing with here?
Basically takes Superman, and instead of his powers being because he's an alien from a different planet that has different properties, make it magic is how he got his powers.
That's so Doctor Strange?
Mixed with Superman.
Okay.
He's kind of got like that sorceress history is how he got the powers, but he's not literally like casting spells.
Okay.
It's all of Superman's powers, basically. You got your flight, you got your super strength.
But he got it from a sorcerer.
Basically, it's all through a magic source.
Okay.
And it chooses, this font of power basically chooses its next inheritor. So no one else can take it. No one can just.
So that's why in the trailer the guy says, "I choose you."
Yeah.
Okay.
It selects somebody that it feels is the right person for this mantle.
Okay.
Someone that's gonna be good. Someone that's not gonna be evil or easily swayed to evil persuasions.
So in before is this how the comics were too?
I believe
he was
so.
a kid and he just got the powers, and he would be like.
As far as Shazam goes, he is a kid. And this actually causes some intense issues with some of the Justice League and some of the movies and TV shows when they find out how young he is. Because there's a question going back to our Teen Titans a little bit of how old do they have to be considered
a
hero versus in the Teen Titan thing. And then it gets revealed that Shazam's only actually 12 or 13 years old.
12 years old?
It's his super person persona looks like an adult, and he's never bothered to correct anybody. So they
hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
Yeah, it's they get into almost a vote. The Justice League votes whether to kick him out or not and send him back to the Teen Titans, basically, or the Young Justice. I don't know. This might have been in the
equivalent Justice. Of that. Okay.
Of you're not old enough. Who should and shouldn't be allowed in. What things should they be allowed to do? I believe this was in Young Justice that. They had a big qualm with this because couple of the sidekicks were like, no, we're not doing a young version of this. We want full membership of the JLA or we're out.
Okay.
We're walking. I believe that was Speedy, which is Green Arrow's sidekick that did that. And then culminating into the season finale of that show, it actually comes into question of who do we let in, who do we not let in, and that's when they find out Shazam is so young. So yes, he is a child in the comics too, which is what I like about this trailer is in one of just the stills, just the poster style, it shows them coming out of the convenience store, and part of it was the whole, you look like an adult, you can go buy beer and stuff like this, and he gets dissuaded by temptation to buy candy and soda instead. It's very childlike, and I saw that in the trailer. It looked like they were drinking soda and had an armful of candy.
He had like Fritos and I think a Red Bull and candy.
They go to the convenience store with the intention of using this power to buy beer,
but come out with candy.
They get candy and soda and sugar instead, and I think that's very true to the comic style of this is a child. Sure, he has these powers. He's got this kind of adult persona. But he's a child still.
so you would say you're pretty excited for this. This movie looks like it'll be pretty good.
Just as much on par, if not more, than the Godzilla trailer. This got me more excited than the Godzilla trailer.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, please.
But yeah, it's I'm excited for this one.
It looks good. Now I've already seen the trailer before us doing this because I didn't know.
It was my first viewing.
Because I didn't know that you didn't see it, and I was at first I was like, this kind of looks dumb. Because it looked like I didn't like the suit. Looked really tacky. It looked like it was.
I think this.
But I think that's done on purpose.
It's to give that magic effect to it too. It doesn't look dirty. It doesn't look like real clothes. It looks magical.
That's not what I mean. I mean, it looked. Like he was wearing plastic.
Yeah, that too.
But
the colors were too vibrant, it felt like.
Yeah.
Which I like, knowing that it's kind of comes from a sorcerer's background. So I really enjoyed those colors.
Well, it's not...
He's very bright.
It's not the colors. It was more the aesthetic of it. It was more... It felt like... Do you know? Okay, so all old TV shows, when they're trying to make fun of a prep person, they'll have a re-enlarged collar.
Oh yeah.
It kind of had that kind of feel for it, kind of look at very large collar, very very tongue-in-cheek kind of outfit. Not to say that it wasn't good, it just was weird, and I'm just kind of. I'm having trouble.
And I'll say I think that's because that's more the classic style of Shazam.
It is? Okay, works. See, I didn't know that. So
that's kind of his original outfit there, is it looks like that. It's comical.
Okay, so...
While, speaking of comics, it's comical.
Ha 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 ha. So,
But yeah, so...
when I first watched it, the trailer, I was like, this doesn't look good. But on the second viewing, I have to admit that, giving it a second try,
you got excited.
I'm not excited. I'm more.
At least willing to throw your money at the theater.
I'm more inclined to go and see the movie and be excited about it, and less disappointed by what this is, because like we talked about the DC Titans movie. We'll see. That's but this one I feel like I'll go to it, and even if it doesn't isn't good because it wasn't very good to the comics, I'll probably laugh my ass off and still enjoy it as a movie. Not so much that I'll enjoy it because it's part of the new DC attempt at cinema.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is probably the first DC movie I'm excited to see now in a long time. Besides what was it, Batman, or no, Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight series, those three movies.
Not the three of them, just the middle one was the only one I was legitimately excited with. The Joker,
because
it was so well done.
Pleasure, yeah.
But that's not even part of this new DC universe because they've replaced Batman. It's not the same bad guys.
Replaced.
Poor Batman.
Poor Batman. I'm also really. I mean, we don't. Really
They're not staying consistent with their actors and keeping the same people in there.
It's kind of like Bond.
But Bond doesn't have an entire pantheon of other heroes surrounding him that you got to keep it true to, because
no. But I'm just saying,
as soon as you switch Batmans, you got to switch Justice Leagues, because now you're redoing it again. Unless you try to do, I mean, they kind of pulled it off in the Marvel universe with Edward Norton getting switched to Mark Ruffalo for Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was considered part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is part of that same timeline as the Edward Norton, and they just played it off that it's a different actor but the same guy, same universe, same. Not a parallel universe. They're not resetting it.
And they did a good job of it. It felt pretty seamless. Yes.
And it was such a long time in between the movies.
It didn't
hurt it.
Yeah.
It worked. But with the Batman thing, you can't really do that because the movies keep coming out so goddamn quick.
Yeah, they're kind of...
So yeah, I mean, it's... I'm hopeful that the cast they have for the various Justice League members in the DC universe, I'm hoping they keep it the same.
Yeah.
Because then they can actually expand on their universe instead of just redoing the damn origin stories over and over
the same
again.
thing.
It's like, you can't get to these giant world-breaking villains if you're constantly having to restart. You can't get to the Thanos of the DC universe. If they had started the Marvel Cinematic Universe right off the bat with Thanos being the bad guy, it would have made no sense because they hadn't built up all these characters. I mean, how many movies...
And the Stones.
And the Stones. How many movies did we have? What is it, over 15 leading up to Thanos?
If we counted... Okay, so...
3 Thors.
3 Thors. 3 Iron Mans.
So we're at 6, just between 2 characters. 2 Captain Americas, and then Civil War, which I count as an Avengers. 2 more Avengers after that. We're at 11 already.
Doctor Strange. Did we have another Hulk movie?
No, there was no other Hulk movie, but the original Hulk one, so that's part of build-up.
So 13.
Both Guardians
of
the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And, what was the last one? There is Black Panther.
I didn't see Black Panther
You're at 16 already, at least. I think we missed something in there.
Ant-Man doesn't really count, because I don't really remember. Was Ant-Man in Infinity War?
No, not really. He was in Civil War.
Right. But he wasn't...
but it's part of the same universe.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yep, so that's 17, and Ant-Man, we'll call it 18, because Ant-Man is part of the same universe. So we're at 18 movies building up to Thanos.
Nearly 20 movies before Thanos.
And DC so far has done...
Like 5? 6?
Bats vs. Soups. And JLA.
I'm in the soup aisle.
I'm at soup!
What do you mean you're at soup?
Oh, God. Now we probably have to link that video, too.
No.
Anyways, if they keep the same cast, they can start building up to these big, giant, world-breaking issues. And if they do well with Shazam, he's going to be part of that cast, I'm hoping. Because Shazam was part of the JLA.
And then Aquaman coming out.
I
want to see that, because I think the new guy who's playing Aquaman seems... like he might be okay. Yeah. I haven't seen Justice League, so
was it Jason Momoa? Yeah, he's cool shit. He's funny. So he was good in JLA compared to a lot of the other shit that was going on. I mean, at least I enjoyed his scenes.
So he was cool?
He was cool for the most part.
Because I was under the impression that Aquaman was like one of those
he's
superheroes.
always been like the wimpiest, most made fun of superheroes.
Yeah,
ever.
so that was my takeaway.
Change. It's a good change for him. Aquaman was kind of always the butt of every joke. So, but yeah, so now that they're doing a Shazam, I'm hopeful that some of the lesser known characters that were still part of all that are making it into the cinematic world. And it looks like Shazam is going to be very good in that respect. So, anyways, that puts us at an hour. Recording time. Are we good for today?
I think so.
That's 3 trailers we did. Teen Titans, or DC Titans, let's call it, and the Return of Teen Titans.
The Return of Teen Titans. Oh yes, the
short little teaser trailer.
We will
Godzilla,
King of Monsters,
Shazam.
We will be putting each of the trailers that we watched, the specific ones, so you don't have to deal with an hour-long review and then the trailer or anything like that, in the description. So just take a look at that. And thanks for watching Scroll vs. Screen, guys.
Have a good day.
Cheers.